Hi everybody, Bev Lewis with my response to the moderators. I couldn't get this thing to work last night. I don't know why, but I had to sign into a couple things on Google, and I had to name it, and it wouldn't let me name it the class name, so I had to name it my name. So if I accidentally named this whole thing after me, then sorry about that. It worked. Okay, so this is my response to, well, group 1, which is my group. Al, you did a great job. You're so very well spoken. Thank you for reiterating everything so well between you and I, and weaving together our thoughts. And thank you also for reading the directions and not going into a lot of detail about the Halloween stuff. Quickly, our group's question. We are reminded of two very important points. First, that a researcher needs to be very cautious when constructing methods for unobtrusive research, and to use techniques that do not interfere with or alter the environment, or do so as little as possible. And next, there are significant differences to consider when choosing a specific target audience to interview. A panel, for example, is a group of experts that's chosen specifically for their particular knowledge, while sample audiences are selected for their ability to provide an unbiased response from a representative population. Group 2 discussed the strengths and weaknesses of participatory research, and some of the key points mentioned were in regard to the impact that this type of research has on the researcher, and how the interactive nature of this type of research has an unavoidable emotional influence on the researcher, which can be a double-edged sword. Interactive research allows a researcher to become actively engaged in the issue at hand and gain a clear understanding of the way that the issue impacts the target audience and how their lives are affected. This can subject the researcher to interpretive bias and be emotionally taxing. It's just the nature of the participatory process, and it elicits a personal investment from everybody that participates. So the researcher has to really be cautious not to, I think how the person put it was, not to go native. Group 2 also talked about some of the differences between qualitative interviews and survey interviews, and reminds us that both are valuable tools, but that the techniques provide different types of information. Qualitative interviews offer deeper, more personalized understanding of an issue, and survey interviews, when properly constructed, offer the best quantifiable tool for statistical analysis. And Group 3 talked about the validity and reliability as it relates to qualitative research methods, and discussed what kind of information is best suited for qualitative or quantitative measurement. First, the reliability of qualitative data is dependent on the methods used for collecting the information. It's important when more than one person is interviewing to use a standardized list of questions and to select the interview subjects according to some standard that will best support the validity of the findings. For instance, researchers need to avoid triangulation, mixing methods, and inquiry sites. Doing this can invalidate any research data, but especially with qualitative information. The key to validity is always in reproducibility. Like Group 2, Group 3 mentions that well-constructed survey instruments provide the best means for documenting numerical or statistical analysis, but offer less depth than qualitative methods. And qualitative methods can provide information that a researcher could not obtain through a survey instrument because of the interactive nature. and such as body language, appearance, environmental responses, and other types of empirical information that are valuable and reproducible insight for the research process. That's all, and thank you for listening.